A budget video.
Download PDF WHECHEDITLAMIA Flight 2933 was a charter flight of an Avro RJ-85, operated by Lamia, that on the 28th of November 2016 crashed near Medellin, Colombia, killing 71 of the 77 people on board. The aircraft was transporting the first team squad of Brazilian football club Chapecoense and their entourage from Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia, to Medellin, where the team was scheduled to play at the 2016 Copa Sudamericana finals. One of the 4 crew members, 3 of the players, and 2 other passengers survived with injuries. Lamia Flight 2933, the Avro RJ-85 involved, photographed in 2013 with its previous registration number, accident date the 28th of November 2016. Sumari crashed following fuel exhaustion. Site Empt. Cerro Gordo, near La Union, Antioquia, Colombia. 5 degrees 58 single quote 43 double prime and 75 degrees 25 single quote 6 double prime. Aircraft type Avro RJ-85 operator Lamia Cow flight NO.LMI 2933 registration 2933 flight origin Viru International Airport, Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia. Destination José María Cordova International Airport, Rio Negro, Colombia. Occupants 77 passengers 73 crew 4 fatalities 71 injuries 6 survivors 6. The official report from Colombia's Civil Aviation Agency, Aerocivil, found the causes of the crash to be fuel exhaustion due to an inappropriate flight plan by the airline, and pilot error regarding poor decision-making as the situation worsened, including a failure to declare an emergency for 36 minutes after fuel levels became critically low, thus failing to inform air traffic control in Medellin, until just seconds before its fuel-starved engines flamed out, and 18 kilometers (9.7 mi. 11 miles) from the airport, that an immediate landing was required.
Before the DSM-5 2013 and NIC-11 2022 diagnostic manuals were adopted, ASD was found under the diagnostic category pervasive developmental disorder. The previous system relied on a set of closely related and overlapping diagnoses such as Asperger syndrome and the syndrome formerly known as Kenner syndrome. This created unclear boundaries between the terms, so for the DSM-5 and NIC-11, a spectrum approach was taken. The new system is also more restrictive, meaning fewer people qualify for diagnosis. 47. The DSM-5 and NIC-11 use different categorization tools to define this spectrum. DSM-5 uses a level system, which ranks how in need of support the patient is, level 1 being the mildest, and level 3 the severest. 48. While the NIC-11 system has 2 axes, intellectual impairment and language impairment, 49, as these are seen as the most crucial factors. Autism is currently defined as a highly variable neurodevelopmental disorder, 50, that is generally thought to cover a broad and deep spectrum, manifesting very differently from one person to another. Some have high support needs, may be non-speaking, and experience developmental delays. This is more likely with other coexisting diagnoses. Others have relatively low support needs. They may have more typical speech, language, and intellectual skills, but atypical social/conversation skills, narrowly focused interests, and wordy, pedantic communication. 51. They may still require significant support in some areas of their lives. The spectrum model should not be understood as a continuum running from mild to severe, but instead means that autism can present very differently in each person. 52. How it presents in a person can depend on context, and may vary over time. 53. While the DSM and NIC greatly influence each other, there are also differences. For example, Rett syndrome was included in ASD in the DSM-5, but in the NIC-11 it was excluded and placed in the chapter on developmental anomalies. The ICD and the DSM change over time, and there has been collaborative work toward the convergence of the two since 1980, when DSM-3 was published and NIC-9 was current, including more rigorous biological assessment, in place of historical experience, and a simplification of the classification system. 54, 55, 56, 57. As of 2023, Empirical and theoretical research is leading to a growing consensus among researchers that the established test criteria are ineffective descriptors of autism as a whole, and that alternative research approaches must be encouraged, such as going back to autism prototypes, exploring new causal models of autism, or developing transdiagnostic endophenotypes. 58. Proposed alternatives to the current disorder-focused spectrum model reconstruct autism into at least two separate phenomena. 1. The non-pathological spectrum of behavioral traits in the population, 59-60, and 2. The neuropathological burden of rare genetic mutations and environmental risk factors potentially leading to neurodevelopmental and psychological disorders, 59-60. 3. Governed by an individual's cognitive ability to compensate. 59. IGD.